Sometimes I get the extreme urge to watch some scary stuff at 3 a.m. in the night.
Oh my god, there it is, Mike. It came back. Oh my gosh.
And yup, it terrifies the heck out of me. So I thought, why not share this experience with my viewers? And so I got up and made this compilation of the weirdest and scariest things ever caught on camera. Let's see if you are brave enough to watch till the end. Number 43, the ghost attack. This video starts off pretty normal. A girl doomed scrolling on her phone. That's when the ghost pops up and asks for some undivided attention. Oh, he sure got that all right. But the ghost doesn't stop there. No, it thrashes the furniture against the wall, locks the girl inside, and then attacks her. I would have left the country the very next day. Number 42, levitating against will. This kid walks in, grabs a water bottle, and starts drinking like it's just another day. But then boom, something grabs him. No one's there, but he's off the ground, just hanging midair, like some invisible hands are holding him up. And then he gets dragged, like full-on yanked into the next room. No explanation, no warning, just a pure nightmare. If that were me, I wouldn't even fight it. I'd be dead before the ghost even tried. Number 41, the bedtime horror. We've all been told monsters under the bed aren't real, but after watching this, you might start checking. Now, here we can see this kid lying peacefully when suddenly something crawls out from under the bed. Before she can react, it grabs her and pulls her down. Imagine laying there, thinking you're safe, and then this happens. Number 40, graveyard ain't safe. Alright, let's all agree, graveyards at night are already a terrible idea. So this drone is cruising around, minding its business, when there's someone just sitting by a grave, like they're waiting for something or someone. Then, as the drone gets closer, this thing stands up, and not in a normal, oh, I've been sitting too long kind of way. It moves fast, too fast, and then it runs. Some say it's a ghost, some say it's a lost woman. I say, let's not wait around to find out. Number 39, haunted happy hour. Bars are supposed to be lively, but this one, it's got extra guests. First, security cameras catch a ghostly figure just chilling, not floating menacingly, not creeping around, just casually waving like it's waiting for drink service. Okay, weird. Then, inside the bar, things go downhill fast. A bartender is stocking the fridge when bam, a bottle yeets itself onto the floor. Before anyone can react, another one follows. And the grand finale, a glass at the bar shatters on its own. No one touches it. It just explodes like it's had enough. Either this bar has a poltergeist problem, or someone on the other side is really bad at holding their liquor. Number 38, the creepy unknown. A man was just sitting on his couch when he noticed something weird outside. It wasn't human, it wasn't an animal, it wasn't even a ghost, just a tall, creepy figure moving strangely. He grabbed his phone, called 911, and started recording. At first, it stayed at a distance, but then it started moving closer. The man panicked, telling the operator it was only 35 feet away. Then suddenly, it disappeared into the darkness, only to strike again. This time, it started to come even closer. That's when the 911 operator did something unexpected. He started praying in some other language, and just like that, the creature backed off. Maybe prayers work on more than just ghosts. Or maybe this thing was something else entirely. Number 37, the two-tailed creature. This video from Turkey shows something weird up in the mountain. A figure with two tails, shaped like a man. At first, it looks like a shadow or reflection, but it clearly moves on its own. Some say it's a kaido, a goat ghost. In old stories, goat ghosts are known to haunt remote places and mess with people who wander too far. Some believe they're cursed spirits or creatures that lure travelers into danger. Others say they guard something, watching from a distance. Whatever this was, it wasn't normal. It just stood there, watching, waiting. Number 36, pulled into the air. This footage comes from a hospital at night. Two men were asleep. Everything seemed normal. Then, the door slowly opened. One of the men starts moving, but not on his own. His legs lift off the bed, slowly rising toward the ceiling, like something invisible is pulling him up. His body gets dragged, floating higher. Then he wakes up, panicked and confused, trying to break free, but his legs are still in the air. Suddenly, he's thrown off the bed. He looks around, and sees the open door, but no one's there. Hospitals are already creepy, but this is something else. Number 35. When school fight back. Schools were already stressful, but now they're literally haunted. Security footage shows a classroom losing its mind. First, a door swings open by itself. Maybe it's the wind, or maybe something decided to clock in for a night shift. Then, a cabinet starts rocking like it's at a metal concert. A second later, its doors fly open and stuff gets thrown out. And just when you think it's done, nope, a floor sign, just sitting there, suddenly gets kicked over. But no one's in the room, so either the air conditioning has anger issues or something invisible is throwing a tantrum. Whatever's haunting this place needs detention immediately. Number 34. The shadows. This was captured late at night. Strange humanoid figures sitting on a wall, completely still, but then they start leaping almost like frogs. They're too tall, too fast, and not like any known animal. I think they could be skinwalkers, shapeshifters, or something else entirely. Number 33. The office ghost. Does your office work have a night shift? Be glad you aren't on it, because these are the kinds of guests you might end up meeting. And these office ghosts seem to be everywhere. Take a look at this footage. First, the doors slam open, and then just when you think it is over, the chairs start banging on the floor. Boy, I'd quit the next day if this was where I worked. Number 32. The toy wasn't alone. A little girl is in her room when her toy starts playing music by itself. Weird. She climbs down to check, crawling toward the sound. Then she screams. Something is grabbing her, not gently, yanking. Her legs disappear under the bed as she cries for her mum. She's pulling back, but whatever's under there, it's stronger. Toys acting up is creepy enough, but getting dragged under the bed, that's straight up terrifying. Number 31. Elevator's unwanted guest. Two guys are just standing in an elevator. Nothing strange. They leave. Door shuts. All good. Right? Wrong. Because the second they step out, boom, an old lady-shaped figure just appeared. No face, no movement, just there, like she's been waiting this whole time. Number 30. Mysterious sky drifter. So here we have a floating, glowing thing. It's not a plane, not a star, but a UFO. People are losing it over this, and honestly, can you blame them? This thing wasn't just a quick blink and you miss it moment. It drifts, stops, then moves again. Way too smooth to be a drone and too steady to be a balloon. It's almost like it's scanning the area or looking for something. The weirdest part is that it stayed visible long enough that no one could brush it off as a camera glitch or some random reflection. Number 29. Something in the trees. A man was recording trees in the forest, but make sure to look closely. There's something there. A tall black figure standing near the tree. Way too big to be human. Was it Bigfoot? Nobody knows. But whatever it was, it surely wasn't happy. Number 28. The witch in white. We all grew up hearing stories about witches and old creepy women in the dark, but these men, they actually saw one dot. They were sitting in their car, headlights on, when something white appeared in front of them. At first, it looked like an old lady, struggling to walk. They watched closely, trying to figure out what it was. But as it got closer, they couldn't see her face. Her hair covered everything. Her movements were off, unnatural. Then, she started moving faster. Not running, not walking, something worse. They started screaming, and these men's screams were evidence that whatever they saw was absolutely terrifying, and it wasn't human. Number 27. The creepy stalker. Looks pretty much like a normal family video, doesn't it? Well, that's because you aren't looking closely. Come, take a gander behind the kids running. Do you spot that black figure? Yes, he's there all right, solid as a rock, but then he vanishes into thin air. Even the dad was worried. Who do you think he was? A stalker? A murderer? A ghost? Beats me. Number 26. Something's in the trees. Drones are great for cool landscape shots, also great for ruining your sleep. This one was flying over Cannock Chase, peaceful, quiet, nothing weird until something moved. Not an animal, not a hiker who got lost. This thing was tall, way too tall, and the way it moved, unnatural, like it wasn't supposed to be seen. The internet did what it does best and panicked. Some say it's the black-eyed girl, a ghost that haunts these woods. Number 25. The elf blink. Here we can see an elf just sitting there, looking harmless. This person decided to talk to it like we all do with toys sometimes. Everything was normal until it moved its eye. Yeah, it looked at the person recording on its own. Now, imagine sitting there, thinking you're safe, and suddenly, your toy acknowledges your existence. Nope, that's where I pack my bags and leave. Number 24, Fresno's Sky Mystery. Alright, something weird is going on up there, and thank God, for once, they're not calling it a drone. A security camera catches a bright light hovering over Fresno. It moves, stops, and then zooms off like it's running late. Then, things get even weirder. A pilot reports an unknown object at 3,000 feet. Another sees something following him at 3,500 feet. By the time they check, it's gone. Even the FAA has no clue. Just another mystery in the clouds. Number 23. Blue Light Exit. A glowing blue object hovered in the sky, pulsing like it had somewhere important to be. It didn't stay long. 1 second, it's just floating, looking all mysterious, and then poof, gone. It was almost like a portal opened up, and whatever was inside just dipped back to wherever it came from. If this was a spaceship, they sure had a first-class ticket home. The way it disappeared wasn't normal. It didn't fade, didn't move away, it just blinked out of existence. Number 22. The woods ain't safe. The dude steps outside because his dog starts acting weird. You know that look dogs give when they sense something? Yeah, that. He shines his flashlight around, and the forest is just way too quiet. Then those creepy noises start up in the mountains. Not animals, not the wind, just someone screaming. He looks around and spots a scarecrow just standing there, which is great because that's exactly what you want to see in the middle of the woods at night. But that's not even the worst part. If you look closely, something moves, fast, just out of the light's reach. Too quick to tell what it was, but it was there. The dog knows it, the man knows it, and now, whatever it was, knows them too. Number 21. Beam from nowhere. A blinding beam of light shoots down from the sky, cutting through the clouds. It's too intense to be a flashlight. Where is it coming from? We don't know which place it's coming from. Number 20. The sky's got glitches. So this guy notices a black dot falling from the sky. Weird, but whatever. Then he realizes it's not actually falling. It's just kinda vibing midair. He grabs his drone and camera to get a better look. And guess what? It's a floating black sphere. Not dropping, not landing, just moving wherever it wants. 1 second, it's headed toward California. Then it randomly switches direction, like it forgot something. If this was a balloon, it would have hit the ground. If it was a drone, someone would have claimed it. But this thing, no explanation. Number 19. The Forest Ghost. If you really want to sleep tonight, I'd ask you to skip this video. Trust me, it is going to leave you restless with fear. The footage opens up to a scene of the woods. At your left, you might spot a moving figure trying to hide behind the tree. But just as you start getting a good look, the light orb vanishes. That's only because the spirit wanted to make a grand entry. A few seconds into the scene, 2 lanky figures pop into the video, completely lost. They roam around here and there before vanishing into thin air. Skinwalkers, ghosts, shapeshifters. Honestly, I have no clue. But hey, I am not the only one losing sleep tonight. Number 18. Ghost or just light. Now here we can see something strange. There's a light on the side of the camera, right on the road. But it's weird. It moves back and forth, almost like it has a shape. Look closely, it looks like a child ghost. The movement isn't random. It shifts. It lingers. Was it just lighting playing tricks? Maybe, but it didn't look normal. Number 17. Creepy shapeshifter. Here you can see something small crawling on the ground. Looks harmless at first, but then it stretches up and turns into a tall person. No normal creature moves like that. It just changed shape right in front of us. Guess we witnessed a shapeshifter. Number 16. A real-life fairy. Do you believe in fairies? If you don't, I need you to give me a really good explanation of this video. A woman was exploring the woods when she stumbled upon a tiny Disney-like home. Now, I am all about gingerbread houses and smiling faces, but seeing a real-life fairy is definitely not on my list. But what even is this? Do you think it is a fairy? Number 15. Black-eyed figures watching. This footage was taken at a fatal accident scene, but what appeared in the background was even more chilling. A dark figure with black eyes slowly stepped into view, moving in an unnatural way. It didn't rush, it didn't panic, it just stood there, almost like it was posing for the camera, making sure it was seen. Or maybe it was just watching. Some say black-eyed children appear at tragic events, drawn to death and disaster? Were they just curious, or was there something more sinister about their presence? Number 14. Interdimensional beings caught. Now this security camera footage is something else. At first, it just looks like some distorted figures moving around, but then they start shifting. Their shapes don't stay the same, almost like they're phasing in and out of reality. They move in a way that doesn't make sense, almost floating instead of walking. Some say they're interdimensional being. Others think it's just a weird camera glitch. Either way, it's unsettling. Number 13. Midnight creature. A man was minding his business when this twisted, pale creature crawled into his driveway. It moved slowly, like it was stalking something. Its legs bent the wrong way, its body too thin. Then, it turned its disfigured face toward the camera. The way it moved was so unnatural, slithery, like a predator that just spotted its prey. Wendigo, skinwalker, or something worse. Whatever it was, it didn't care about being seen. It walked like it had nothing to fear, like it wasn't the one in danger. Everyone else was. Number 12. The terrifying encounter. Woods are supposed to be peaceful, a place where you can go and relax your eye. It is definitely not meant to give you trauma for life. This guy was standing in front of a breathtaking waterfall, capturing the perfect moment. Even an elk decided to pop in, say hello, and turn this video into a majestic scene from an animated movie. But just then, everything went downhill. The poor elk dropped down the cliff, hit a few rocks, and landed straight at the feet of the hiker. Talk about a loss. Number 11. Bigfoot or something else. Have you ever seen something run in a way that just doesn't make sense? That's exactly what's happening here. A man was recording in a jungle when something strange took off in the distance. It looked like a bear, maybe even Bigfoot, but the way it moved, it was creepy. It didn't run like any normal animal. Number 10. The walking glitch. A woman is standing at a crosswalk, waiting like any normal person. Cars pass, she's ready to go, and then her legs just change. Not a step, not a stumble. They literally reshape midair, like someone hit the wrong setting in a video game, bent in ways that make zero sense. Real or not, this is the kind of thing that makes you double-check reality, and maybe stay off crosswalks for a while. Number 9. Alien in the driveway. Alright, what even is this thing? This was captured in La Junta. A weird, lanky figure was caught on camera walking through someone's driveway. It moved like a lanyard in the wind, thin, wobbly, and way too strange. It didn't look like a person, but an alien. And if this was a costume, someone deserves an award. Real alien, or just some guy messing around at 3 a.m.? No idea. Number 8. Flying or floating. Something weird is in the sky. Not a plane, not a bird, and definitely not Superman. This object was caught on camera in a military zone and even brought up in a Senate hearing on UFOs. It's fast, but it doesn't just fly, it moves like it's swimming through the air. Like gravity just isn't a thing for this thing. Even the US military has no clue what it is. Some say UFOs, others think it's something way beyond our understanding. Whatever it is, it's creepy. And honestly, if aliens are out there, they're either flexing on us or just messing around. Number 7. Nessie's back again. Alright, we all know Loch Ness has a reputation. Some say it's home to a massive prehistoric creature. Others think it's just a big fish with a really good PR team. But then this footage shows up, a huge shadow floating under the water. Nothing unusual until it moves its tail. Yeah, it moves. For years, people have argued if Nessie is real or just a legend that refuses to die. But this clip, it just made things even weirder. Either that's the Loch Ness Monster, or Scotland has some seriously oversized fish. Number 6. The missing woman. For most horror clips, you can blame the video editor, call it fake, and move on. But what if you knew, without an ounce of doubt, that the footage was real? This clip was released by the LAPD about a missing woman last spotted in an elevator. She was spotted erratically pressing the buttons, but the elevator refused to move. So she steps out, and that's when the elevator doors finally close. The woman was found later in a tank, dead. Foul play, a case of mental illness, paranormal activity. Honestly, no matter how hard I try to rack my brain, I can't find a decent answer. Number 5. Hello there. Okay, this is downright crazy. For the slightest second, you can spot the doll moving her arm. I have no clue if this is fake or real, but I am throwing every stuffed animal of mine out the window. Number 4. The unknown visitor. Imagine posing with a doll, and it decides to pose as well. Yeah, as crazy as it sounds, it was a terrifying reality for this poor woman. I don't even want to talk about this any longer than necessary. Let's move on to the next one. Number 3, follow my gaze. This doll is not just ugly, it is hiding some haunting spirit behind that creepy face. Don't believe me? Keep watching. For some reason, this woman was brave enough to look straight into the doll's eyes, and that's when she noticed. The doll was following her with its eyes. Now, this is definitely not the kind of eye contact I ever expected to witness in my life, but I can't seem to shake it off. Its eyes are definitely moving. What do you make of this eerie encounter? A mere coincidence? I, for one, don't think so. Number 2, the haunted house. I am all about turning Toy Story into a reality, but just not when it turns out to be something like this. First, you can see one of the doll's braids moving up, slowly, just enough to make its presence known. But then, the ghost decides to drop the act and move on, probably because the kid didn't notice. But when night fell, the ghost pulled out its trick again. This time, it was the main act of the show. Honestly, can you even blame her? What do you think it was? That's no wind if you ask me. Number 1, the eyes watching. Camping in the forest is already creepy enough with all the stories about Bigfoot, skinwalkers, and wild animals. But this guy, he decided to record. And in the video, something's behind the tent. 2 creepy glowing eyes, just staring. No clue what it is, but yeah, I'm not staying. $1 million wouldn't be worth it if I don't make it out alive. Well, if you're still here and haven't thrown your phone across the room, props to you. These clips are proof that some things just don't have an explanation. What do you think? Real, fake, or something we aren't ready to understand? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more of these spine-chilling captures, hit that subscribe button. See you in the next one, if you can still sleep after this.